Hello everyone, I am Tarindhi Himaranshi. Disabilities Inclusive Education System and Policies Guide for Low and Middle Income Countries. Abbreviation used. This is my content. Having a disability can be one of the most marginalizing factors in a child's life. In education, finding ways to meet the learning needs of students with disabilities can be challenging, especially in schools, districts, regions, and countries with severely limited resources. Inclusive education, which fully engage all students, including students with disabilities or other learning challenges. Quality education has proven particularly effective in helping all students learn, even while challenges to implementing inclusive education systems remain. The school and classroom disabilities. This provides school and classrooms based guidance for including children with mild to severe disabilities in general education schools and classrooms. The School and Classroom Guide provides practical classroom strategies and suggestions that build upon the universal design and learning model and that encourage instruction that benefit all children, regardless of the presence or type of disability. The School and Classroom Guide is particularly useful for schools that have not yet implemented inclusive education or are only beginning to do so. Basic concept of response to intervention and practical modification to classroom instruction to ensure that children with physical, sensory communication and intellectual disabilities benefit from instructions are also highlighted with the guide. Together, the School and Classroom Guide and this guide on inclusive education system and policies can provide policymakers and implementers with recommendations and concentrate suggestions regarding how to better provide quality education services for students with disabilities. What is inclusive education? The goal of educating children with disabilities is the same as that of educating children without disabilities, to support children in reaching their full potential and leading productive lives as active members of their communities. Children with disabilities often require specialized services and support to master content being taught. Unfortunately, however, in many countries, specialized education services take the form of segregating students with disabilities in separate classrooms or schools, with no opportunities for engaging with peers who do not have disabilities and often no access to the curriculum that these peers are learning. Shifting away from segregating towards including all students in general education classroom and schools means providing all students in these classrooms with the unique support and services that they need, such as access to assistive devices, teacher assistants, and an adapted curriculum to participate effectively in the classroom. Dispelling myths about inclusion and the education of learners with disabilities. Misperceptions related to the education of students with disabilities can impact the motivation of government officials, school administrators, teachers, communities, and international development staff to implement or support inclusive education system. In some cases, the largest resistance to the shift from segregated to inclusive systems come from special education teachers themselves, who may be concerned about their place within inclusive system and can have unsupported prejudice against inclusion. Decades of research in the United States and other high-income countries have demonstrated that inclusive education benefits not only students with disabilities but also students without disabilities. Inclusive classrooms teach all students about the importance of diversity and acceptance. Evidence also indicates that students with and without disabilities who are educated in inclusive classrooms have better academic outcomes than students who are educated in non-inclusive classrooms. Inclusive education is the most pedagogically effective way to support the education of students with disabilities. It is also the most financially effective. More than 100 studies have shown that establishing a separate and parallel education system within a country is more expensive and less sustainable than inclusive education models. No studies conducted since the 1970s have shown students with disabilities who are educated in separate settings perform better than students in inclusive settings. In fact, the amount of time a student with a disability spends in the general education classroom is positively correlated with higher test scores in maths and reading, less disruptive behavior, and increasing future employment opportunities. Indeed, this positive correlation has been found in all students with disabilities, regardless of the type of disability or its severity. Inclusive education may also have other benefits, including increasing community awareness and acceptance. For example, a 14-nation UNESCO study showed that in countries where there were laws requiring inclusions, teachers expressed a more favorable view of inclusion. Education for all goals and the new SDGs, which include learners with disabilities as part of Goal 4, cannot be achieved unless the global needs of children with disabilities are concerned. As practitioners work to improve policy and systems, they should consider international best practices on inclusive education and build upon local lessons learned to strengthen policies and systems that include all individuals. In other words, all nations, not only high-income countries, must provide inclusive education to children and youth with disabilities. Understanding inclusive education policies. Inclusive education can only exist with strong support from the government and specific legislation. Fortunately, the general understanding that children with disabilities have the right to education is growing. Indeed, most countries currently have laws and regulations specifically designed to ensure that children with disabilities have equal opportunities to receive an education. The quality and details of these laws, however, vary significantly also, even where there are laws or provisions promoting inclusive education. These commitments have not yet necessarily been harmonized with general education planning. In some countries, such as Egypt, laws simply stated that children with disabilities have the right to education. Other countries, such as Ethiopia, are more prescriptive. In this case of Ethiopia, the National Plan of Action of Persons with Disabilities not only describes the right of individuals with disabilities but also addresses outputs, activities, and indicators associated with those rights. International policies and frameworks for inclusive education. International legislation and legal frameworks. such as the CRPD, describe human rights principles and legal requirements for upholding those principles. Studies have demonstrated that countries with ratified human rights treaties are associated with better or improved human rights practices. Here we present a summary of some of the most prominent international policies and legal frameworks that promote inclusive education for disabilities. United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, World Declaration on Education for All, Salamanca Framework for Action, United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, Sustainable Development Goals, Adopting and Modifying National Curriculum. National disability inclusion policies should implicitly state that all students should have access to the national curriculum. Too often, students with disabilities are taught only life skills and are not allowed to access to the general curriculum, which includes visual literacy and math skills. Although life skills are the most important, they are not sufficient. Recognizing that not all students with disabilities can equally access the national curriculum, the curriculum should be modified or adapted to promote individualized instructions. Curriculum adaptations does not mean developing a separate or alternative curriculum based on students' diagnosis, because doing so can limit a student's potential growth even if unintentionally. Rather, adaptations require reviewing the national curriculum standards and determining how best to expose the students to each standard and related performance goal using accommodations. Uniquely adapting a curriculum for each student with disabilities can challenge educators. Even in high-income countries such as the United States and the United Kingdom, it is not done constantly for all students. Curriculum adaptation can be a greater challenge in LMI countries, where education supports are often limited. However, a shift towards national curriculum adaptations is emerging in even the most resource-constrained countries. And as more countries begin to expand their national legislation on inclusive education, access to the curriculum should be included as a key component of new laws. Access to assistive technology. Assistive technology devices can help students to access information and be successful in the classroom. Currently, however, only 5 to 15% of children with disabilities in low-income countries have access to assistive technologies or assistive devices. Furthermore, many countries may be used severe outdated technology. For example, teaching students to write Braille using slate and cycles tables rather than braillers. A mandate to make assistive technology devices available to students is clearly stated within the CRPD, and countries that are developing specific domestic laws should be considered, including a specific reference to assistive technology. To this end, it is important first to assess what, if any, assistive technologies are currently being used in classrooms, and then, based on this information, develop a strategy for increasing access to assistive technologies in the classroom. In low-income countries where budget for assistive devices are limited, funding assistance from donor agencies supporting the education sector may be an avenue for obtaining this equipment. Engaging stakeholders. Many different stakeholders need to be meaningfully engaged to ensure and promote effective educational practices for students with disabilities. The attitudes of these stakeholders can have a tremendous impact on the success or failure of an inclusive education system. These stakeholders include the following: Ministry of Education, administrators and school leadership, teachers and support staff, parents, community, identification of children with disabilities. Children with disabilities can be identified as needing special education in various ways. Typically, initial suspicions that a child has special learning needs come through school referrals, concern raised by the child's parents or the healthcare system. However, reliably identifying a child as having a disability can be extremely challenging in countries that struggle with community misperceptions of disabilities. Limited resource for conducting screening and evaluation, and the limited availability of skilled professionals who are trained to conduct a comprehensive diagnostic evaluations. Even within high-income countries too, often only children with relatively severe disabilities are identified prior to reaching school age, and children with less noticeable disabilities. In fact, even the United States, fewer than 1 in 5 children are properly screened and identified as having possible special needs before school. Most early and primary education programs in LMI countries do not have a system in place to systematically identify students with disabilities. As a result, many students, especially those with less severe disabilities, are never identified and thus never receive special education services or other aids. Furthermore, these countries rarely administer vision and hearing screening, and if they do, these tests typically do not take place at schools. Simple screening should be administered within the classroom and assess learning, vision, and hearing challenges. Inclusive teaching and learning materials. Teaching and learning materials should use language that stresses that person first and the disability second. Promote empathy and overall feeling of understanding for people with disabilities, as well as provide accurate information about a specific disability. Demonstrate respect for the acceptance of people with disability and depict them as more similar than different from other people. Emphasize the success of people with disabilities and show their strengths and ability to along with their disabilities. Promote positive image of persons with disabilities and represent them as strong, independent people who others can look up or admire. Represent people with disabilities from different racial and cultural backgrounds, religions and age group, as well as rural versus urban representations. Depict valued occupations for persons with disabilities and show them in diverse and active roles. Respect people with disabilities in integrated settings and activities, in school, at work, or in the community among peers with and without disabilities. illustrate characters and adaptive equipment accurately.